intro. There was supposed to be an intro here. It was like a spinning intro. Like... Okay. But this is some chaos, right? Because it's different from last time I played the game. I don't know, but this music little sounds one of the themes from Gabriel Nightwing. Sounds a bit similar. Okay, let's import the character.
Please insert your saved character disc from any of the first 3 Quest for Glory games into the disc drive, so that your hero can make the journey to Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness.
Ah, I already got this one. This one.
Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Shadows of Darkness.
Kudos can identify that voice. That voice belongs to a famous actor. I won't say very, very famous, but he was famous in the 90s and early 2000s. Now, 80s and 90s and early 2000s. Yep. Okay, we are going to put everything on climbing and acrobatics. Acrobatics has more than this. Okay, again. Big clock. Okay, first I'm gonna change to 200. Then we're gonna distribute evenly between these. Okay. Clocks, climbing or acrobatics? Which one? I'm going to pick clocks. Not climbing. We can always train climbing in acrobatics, so I'm going to pick clocks. Agility, almost. Agility is great. Almost 300. The cap is 400, if I'm not mistaken.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place, the only illumination, an eerie green glow. You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
Oh, come on, it's the first time, I think. Okay, detail. Skill 1. Text, yeah, text. Autosave. Okay, strategy. More strategy than arcade.
The desiccated corpse is half buried in the rock of the cave floor. You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange, irregular outcroppings of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls.
What do I have now? Carrying, what do I carry? The simple money pouch contains all the money you have with you. 1 crown. Okay, I got 1 crown. Better armor. The armor provides you with some protection against enemy attacks. Helps keep you warm on those cold autumn evenings and generally makes a modern fashion statement. Generally.
You stumble and fall over the ancient petrified corpse. As you pick yourself up, you discover a dagger and some coins on the dried-out dead body. It isn't going to use them anymore, so you take them. The desiccated
I'm great.
corpse
And you?
is half buried in the rock of the cave floor.
I'm good. Okay, we got a dagger. Not sure if you can get much dagger. Like I said, I'm playing as a thief. Ah, great. Is this some? I put the option. I'm not sure if I show you, but I put the option for some canvas.
It's a rotted, ancient corpse, half buried in the cave wall. Find 30 assorted copper and gold coins on the body. A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins, 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
Okay. This is... Oh, a flint. Okay.
This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals.
Do you know whose voice is this?
It looks like a torch, but there doesn't appear to be any pitch or other flammable material on it. It looks like the torch is firmly... You take the torch.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. What?
You are in a large... It seems to be a kind of stone valve acting as a door to the passageway beyond.
John Rhys
You are
Davies,
in a
more famous as Gimli from...
You are in a lot. You are in a lot.
Let me see if I have anything else to do here. Yeah, he had an intro. He had a special intro, but then I played the game. The first time I played the game. I didn't play the game. I executed the game to make sure it was working this afternoon. He had a great intro, but the second time the intro wasn't here. It's kind of sad because I really like that intro. Let me check something here. Oh yeah. 25, yeah, everything have the stats. And another reset.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through. You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it.
Yeah, I am. I think it's a better option.
Those scratches on the cave floor look deliberate. They must be a thief mark.
I mean, it's the best way because don't forget this version has the original release is heavily bugged, very much bugged, and ScummVM is the best option. It's the best option to play this version. I'm not sure if I said if I found too many bugs in this version, which I doubted if he has, I'll try the GOG version. But the GOG version no longer has the sound canvas option. It might have. If I install the GOG version and run it with ScummVM, I should be able to run it.
You're in the heart of the cave. Stone valves close. A deep pit fills most of this hallway. A rope bridge spans the narrowest stretch of the chasm. You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave. A heavy rope bridge spans the deep chasm.
I'm gonna save here. Okay, cave 1.
Cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm.
Stamina. The first time I played this, the stamina...
Just barely made it across the pit.
My stamina was basically 0 when I first tried it. It was a timing bug. But then the first time I played the game was on DOSBox, not on ScummVM.
A rope might be useful, but it's firmly attached on both ends. You think about cutting it loose, but then decide that you may have to come back this way again.
Oh yeah, I can't take the rope. Oh yeah, I know. I know.
There is a broad stone ledge on this side of the rope bridge. You can see a glint of light somewhere beyond this exit. You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws.
And now we're gonna get another famous we're gonna meet another famous actress.
You are alive! Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions.
Jennifer Hale, yeah.
But I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful. There are many bad things wandering around. Good luck.
It was the first...
Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
It was her first voice-over job. The first voice-over gig. And if you go to any convention and bring out a copy of this game, you'll make her day. I've heard that she was most famous for being the voice of the two most famous roles of Samus. I'm not sure. Is she's gonna be the voice of Samus in the new Metroid game? I don't know. I hope so. Also as FamChap. I was going to say.
Rocks have formed an island within the goo. The icky, greasy, grimy goo flows close beneath your path at this point.
This looks like the xenomorph.
The cave mouth looks like the jaws of some horrid creature, waiting to chew up and swallow anyone who should be so foolish as to try to enter the cave. This symbol is a stylized representation of a crossed pair of bones. The archway above the path is inscribed with 8 arcane symbols. You recognize 7 of them, from Arcania 101 no doubt, as the symbols of blood, bone, breath, essence, heart, the mouth, and the senses. The 8th is new to you. It looks a bit like a 6-tentacled starfish, or perhaps more like a squished squid. Something about the symbol fascinates and scares you at the same time.
Are we supposed to take the symbol? Or not? Sorry, I was just trying to look for a map. Okay, I got a little map here. Help me.
This symbol looks like a 6-armed starfish, or perhaps like the tentacles of an octopus. You sense a feeling of strange, chaotic power from it. The 6-pointed symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack.
What time is it? Day 1. Night. At night, still day 1, but now, okay, no. That's, oh no, I can still walk.
A pool of sticky, greasy-looking slime dominates this area below the cave. A stream of slimy goo oozes down the right side, and goo dripping on the path makes it slimy and treacherous as well.
There was a bug in here. Not a very good bug.
The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it. Pool of sticky, greasy-looking slime dominates. This tall standing stone has been carved so that the top looks like a squid is perched upon it. A delicately crafted bonsai bush looks totally out of place in a pool of dark, unhealthy-looking goo. A delicately crafted...
Oh yeah.
You see a floating, coruscating ball of light. The decayed remains of a human arm claw at you as if to drag you down to share its doom.
We have to cross this swamp. It's pretty damn hard.
A heavy odor of decay overwhelms your senses and makes you feel slightly nauseated as you survey this gloomy swamp.
Okay, I need to save here. And now we can
The heavy odor of
all the way to the...
You are in the southwestern corner of the forest. Dank mists rise from a dismal swamp to the south and west. The path to the dark cave lies to the southeast. You are in the south. Large deciduous trees make their stand among the pines. They know how to leaf well enough alone in the fall. You grab
Okay, this should be enough. We don't have any throwing daggers, so this should be enough.
You are in the southwestern corner of the forest. Dank mists rise from a dismal swamp to the southwest. You are in the...
Let me see if I can cross the river. Oh, I can. Okay.
A babbling brook chatters its way through the forest. A babbling brook.
I hope I don't find any enemies in here.
The hungry hunting hawk alertly searches for signs of game not already claimed by the forest monsters.
Hope I don't run into any monsters. It's very easy to run into monsters, though. The first time I played, I ran into one monster, but then I was playing as a fighter the first time I played the game. No, as a paladin, sorry. I was playing as a paladin first time I played the game. I didn't become a paladin at the end of the second game, but then I became a paladin third game, which is a lot easier.
Pine trees grow in profusion in this cool climate. In winter they needle the deciduous trees mercilessly. You are near the northwestern corner of the forest. An overgrown road once ran east and west through this area. You can see part of the town wall to the northeast, and an ominous castle far to the north.
No, I should be able... Okay, we can walk through. Okay, stealth... I have a lot of grading to do here.
You are on an old road. The way to the west is badly overgrown, while the route north and south has seen considerably more traffic. You can see cultivated fields and the walls of a town to the north. Just past the hill you can see cultivated fields and a walled town.
Check something here. I think everything okay. What time is it? Day 1. Okay, now I can simply do the...
Some beautiful giant pumpkins are growing in the field. The villagers have erected a scarecrow to keep birds away from the newly harvested corn. Tall shocks of corn have been harvested and wait here to be stored for the winter. The walls of the town rise majestically above you. Twin towers stand over the town wall, massive silent sentinels over the gate. The town gates, made of massive oak logs, are currently wide open. There is a heavy oaken bar to secure them at night.
We have enough content in the town to do here all day.
A familiar sense of peace and harmony fills you as you look around here. The smell of sweet flowers reminds you of Erana's peace in Spielberg. Your eyes are drawn to the staff in the middle of this lovely area. It is obviously a wizard's magical staff. Green grass surrounds the monument, heedless of the many feet which trample it daily. Beautiful, out-of-season flowers grow all around the stone monument. The curved staff has a very organic look to it. Its curves seem somehow feminine. You can feel a sense of magical power radiating all around it. To the north you can see the buildings of the town. It looks a little like Spielberg, yet also very different in some undefinable way.
Yes,
to the north,
Spielberg is more Bavarian type, Central Europe, while this is more Eastern Europe. You'll see.
You! How did you get here? Why are you here? Few strangers come to Mordavia. I am the Burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
the Burgomeister looks like a strong, hearty man, although he has a sad expression. The Burgomeister stares at you suspiciously. You tell the Burgomeister about how you came here.
Do you expect me to believe such a story? That you could walk out of that cave alive? That the cave would be open? Tell me no more lies. My name is Dmitri Ivanov. I am the Burgomeister of this town. Mordavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountain south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you. This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way. The sooner you leave, the better for all. There are many dangers in Mordavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles. The Hotel Mordavia has rooms and food. It is a safe place to spend the night. The shop does not carry much. We have been cut off from supplies for a while now. Still, you may at least restock your food rations before you continue with your travels. There are many strange and dangerous creatures that live in Mordavia. Trust nothing. The gates of this town are closed at sunset. Do not let yourself get caught outside after dark, for few can survive a Mordavian night or remain sane enough to speak of it. Just leave Mordavia quickly. No good comes from outsiders, and we do not want you here. Leave here quickly. Go, and soon.
From the sign reading Burgomeister's office, you cleverly deduce that the Burgomeister works here. It's been years since you studied Mordavian, but you think that Burgomeister might be the word for mayor, or perhaps sheriff.
A bit of both.
You don't notice anything special there? You don't notice anything? The sign reads General Store. You wonder how much of a commission the salespeople get. This is a well-stocked country store. Various foodstuffs and useful items adorn the shelves.
There are several...
This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere. Then you see the shopkeeper, sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already.
You don't notice... The cozy cat conveys a calmness most common in comfortable confine. The shopkeeper is a short, plump, plain-faced woman with coarse features.
You're polite, aren't you? Manners are as manners do, as my husband used to say. We'll see. You can call me Olga. Mrs. Stovich is too formal after all. We don't welcome strangers here. They bring nothing but trouble. All the same, it's good to see a new face again. Let me see, what could you use? Well, besides my regular items like brooms and pens, I really don't have anything else for adventurers like yourself. Now, I do have some lovely sandwiches you can use for rations. And garlic, of course you need garlic. I've also got some oil you can use to keep your weapons and armor from rusting.
Yeah, that music.
If you like sweets, I've got some yummy homemade candy. Although the garlic flavored ones have all been purchased by now. I'll have to make some more. Oh, and a shopping bag to carry things in. I have a couple of those left. 3 twists of candy will cost you just 5 kopecks. The kids love them. Oh, now garlic is a must-have item. It's just 25 kopecks for a bulb, and it will add flavor to any food.
Storekeeper looks around nervously for a moment, then continues.
You know, some say garlic also has medicinal and protective properties.
Yeah.
My husband always said I make the most interesting sandwiches. They're very good for you, and I only charge 50 kopecks each for them. The shopping bag costs 50 kopecks. It is very useful for carrying your purchases or other large things. A flask of household oil will cost you 100 kopecks. It's good for door squeaks and can also be used to loosen up rusty wagon wheels.
And other things.
I can sell you a very nice large pie pan for 250 kopecks. I've always admired the men who can cook. You can purchase the hand broom for 350 kopecks. I'm sure you'll really clean up with it.
First select...
I have to buy one at a time?
What would you like to know about? Yeah, Bella's a good woman. She's the one who really runs the inn. Her husband just gives orders. Someday she'll give Yuri a piece of her mind, and good for her. The things she puts up with. Bella, she was a pretty woman not long ago. Was not called Bella for nothing. Losing her only child really aged her. What a tragedy.
The music sometimes drowns out the voices.
The castle north of town was abandoned for many years. Then, some strangers moved in 4 years ago. No one knows what goes on there now. But it won't be for the good, I'll tell you. Yeah, well, werewolves are gypsies, no question about it. They change into wolves at night, eating anyone they can get. Nothing can kill a werewolf but silver or magic. So you be careful out in the woods at night, you hear me? The gypsy camp is not at all that far from here. That is a bad place, and you'd better have nothing to do with it. It is dangerous and should have been torn down long ago. Many a stranger never came back after asking questions about it, so don't let your curiosity be the death of you. Yeah, my husband and myself had run this shop for many, many years. My husband passed on now, but I keep it just the way he liked it. A well-run shop is a busy shop, he always used to say. Not very busy anymore, what with the swamp. But I try to keep it going the best I can. Mostly housewares, but a few items that might interest you.
Okay, let's...
First select.
What, I can't buy it? I should be able to buy it. Three. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 crowns. Okay. What do I buy? What should I buy more? No, I'm just gonna buy this one. If I need more,
You be careful. We don't need you going around stirring up trouble after all. Got enough as it is. If you do find something interesting, you let me know, of course, won't you?
she's a down gossip as far as I can see.
Goodbye. Or, as my dear departed Boris used to say, may the winds blow fair at your back.
I have to go in and...
Are you just sightseeing or casing my place?
Your place doesn't have a lot to steal, buddy.
You are in the Burgomeister's sparsely appointed office. There is a jail cell in the back. A set of steps leads up to the Burgomeister's living area. The desk is a massive oak affair. The Burgomeister looks like a strong, hearty man, although he has a sad expression.
So, what are you up to today? To be honest, I do not trust you. What you say of yourself is unbelievable, and what you do around here seems likely to get you in trouble. If the path was clear, I would ask you to leave Mordavia. As things are, I will be watching you closely. The Old Adventurers Guild is at the north end of town. It has been abandoned for many years, since we have not had many adventurers who could cross the swamp. Seeing as you are supposed to be an adventurer, here, have a key to the guild door. Perhaps you can find something of use there. To the northwest of town is Castle Borgov. It used to be owned by the Borgov Boyars of Mordavia, but the last Borgov died years back, and no one came to take his place. Some strangers moved in some years back, but they have had nothing to do with the town, and we have had nothing to do with them.
I don't know, it's a
The
pro-
old road from town used to meet with the road from the castle and head south to the pass. The heavy rains not only created the swamp, but caused so much plant growth you can't see the road anymore. The swamp is a dangerous and foul place. They say that all who ever were buried beneath the earth there now reach up to drag the living to their deaths. I have seen for myself that this is true. Stay far from the swamp if you value your safety. There are other things in Mordavia to see and do, but I am not a tour guide here. Go off and see for yourself, but be careful. The gates of the town are locked at night, so be sure to return before it gets dark. It's dangerous to be out after sunset. Everyone in Mordavia minds his own business and does not go looking for trouble. You obviously do not fit in well here.
Okay, the music sometimes drowns out the speech. I'm not sure if it's a problem with the game or with ScumVM. See the... I'm gonna try and put...
Stay out of trouble if you have any brains.
Okay, seems to be a bit better now.
That didn't...
Stay out of trouble and other people's business, and you and I will get along with one another. Otherwise, you will get me angry. I'm sure you don't want to make me angry, do you?
You're making me angry. You don't want to make me angry.
The sign simply reads, "In." Guess that means you should go in. You don't know. This is the Hotel Mordavia, best and only inn in town.
It's really in. Sorry, I can resist. An obvious joke.
You've entered a small but nicely furnished country inn. Stairs lead up to the guest bedrooms. The floor is covered with sawdust and peanut shells. The barrel contains the few shells that managed to land in it. The innkeeper stares at you with an expression of fear and astonishment. It is several seconds before he speaks.
This is the Hotel Mordavia. Rooms here are 15 kopecks for room and board. Pay for 1 week in advance. Your room will be the first room at the top of the stairs. When you want food in the morning or evening, just sit down over there by the door.
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment.
Well, it's still morning, so, but...
They stare at you in astonishment.
You say you are a hero. Well, we will judge you here by your actions rather than your words. The Hotel Mordavia has been in my family for generations. It is the only place to be when darkness falls at night. Everything else is closed, and even we lock the doors. You must knock if you wish to come in. My name is Yuri Markarov. My wife's name is Bella. We are the owners of this inn. If you climb the stairs, your room is the first door on the right. The doors of the inn close before nightfall, so make sure you are always back before sunset. Make certain you are back in town before dusk. The gates of the town will close solidly to keep out any dangers. The Burgomeister is the mayor of the town. You will be wise to listen to what he says and stay out of trouble.
Mister, I am Trouble. Trouble is my middle name.
There is not much for sale at the shop next door, but you may find something you need there. The monastery is to the north of here. It has been abandoned for many, many years, but it has a bad reputation. No one in town will go near it, and if you have any sense, neither will you. There are many ill things that roam this valley by night. Make certain that you never have to meet them. Never venture into the forest by night.
Okay.
The barrel serves as a repository for peanut shells, even though relatively few elephants stay at the inn these days.
Oh yeah, the elephants. The elephant's like a running joke.
This giant wild boar's head is a trophy of the Burgomeister's last boar hunt. That must have been one impressive boar. 3 of the townsmen huddle together. They keep looking in your direction as they talk. You suspect that they are saying something not particularly complimentary about you.
Should I talk to them? I might as well talk to them.
I am Hans. Pleasure's all yours. I'm a farmer of pumpkins and corn and a person of great importance here in lovely Mordavia.
I love the...
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ivan, an elephant herder. Unfortunately, there are no more elephants in Mordavia, so business has kind of fallen off a tad.
These farmers are all voiced by one actor, I think, if I'm not mistaken. At least this guy is, by a great voice actor, Jim Cummings. You know, the voice of Darkwing Duck. Yeah, that's the voice of Darkwing. Let's get dangerous.
Guys, is it just me or is Mordavia a wonderful place?
Oh, are you kidding? It's the greatest. There's many places to go, things to see. Are you kidding?
Right. Let's not forget that scenic cemetery to the east of town.
Yeah, it kind of...
Everyone here's nothing but grins. Real friendly.
Yeah, except we don't know you. We don't like strangers.
Or anyone else that's weird and doesn't belong.
Yeah, is that lipping? Is that lipping a lot?
Rumors. You talking to me? What rumors?
You talking to me?
Oh, there are no rumors here.
Unless you count the rumor that the castle is owned by...
Horse patootie. There are no rumors in Mordavia to speak of. The town of Mordavia is a quiet place.
Filled with friendly, joyful, stinky people.
Well, I'm not so sure about the friendly part. We tend to be very suspicious of strangers like you.
Yeah, well anyway, the town is filled with joyful and stinky people.
Yeah, happy, joyful, and stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't call us particularly joyful. As a matter of fact, most of us are pretty glum.
Oh, very well. All right, then Mordavia is filled with people. You know, stinky ones.
Yeah, many stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it many. There actually aren't very many of us around here.
Oh, forget it. Well, at least he stinks.
Like this stinks. Yeah, that part was totally ad-libbed. Improvised. The stinky part.
This door leads to your bedroom. You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Oh.
The furnishings are sparse, but the bed isn't bad and the room seems pretty clean. This large chest is a good place to store equipment you don't need to carry around with you.
I never do that because if we had limited inventory space, I mean, sort of limited, you have... Actually, you can be... In the previous games, you could be... If you don't have enough strength, carry everything, you'll be overcumbered. I'm not sure if you can be overcumbered this one.
The bed is adequate, but nothing to take home with you. After you leave, they'll probably put a plaque on it reading something like, "Hero slept here." Assuming, that is, that you leave in one piece and with your throat intact. Not necessarily a good assumption. It's a braided circular rug, apparently mass-produced. The candle provides a supplementary light source to economize on lamp oil. Trying to be a rugged individualist, are you? The window opens out onto the back of the inn. A narrow ledge runs under it on the outside.
Oh yeah, I think you can climb out of the inn. But not today. What more do we should need to do today? No, the guys are out. I love the little animations.
The innkeeper nods at you.
Middle of the morning.
Through the archway you can see the buildings in the northern part of town. As you enter the northern part of the town, you hear the sound of a chisel chipping away at a stone block. A man is carving gravestones at one end of the street. Your attention quickly moves from the stone carver to the ominous Gothic building in the center of the street. There is definitely something not right about this structure. You don't notice anything. There is an indentation near the middle of the shadowed door. It looks like a set of 6 curved spokes radiating out from a central point. This is a bas-relief of a strange creature. It looks like an octopus with only 6 tentacles. You have a creepy feeling as if it is looking right back at you. There is a small, grimy window set high in the wall. This weather-beaten boarded-up door once sported a painted sign, but you can no longer read it. You don't notice... It looks... You don't know... From the hump on his back to his twisted body, this is either the Hunchback of Notre Dame, a mad scientist lab assistant, a gravedigger, or an Elvis impersonator.
Okay, that Elvis joke, I don't understand it.
The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work. You introduce yourself to the gravedigger.
Me, Igor. Building was Adventurers Guild. No adventurers, no guild. Town Mordavia, this north part of town. Oh, this day job. Also work graveyard shift. Little graveyard humor there.
That was Jim Cummings' voice.
Igor dig graves in cemetery. Igor put dead person in grave. Igor cover dead person with dirt. Igor put headstone on grave. Oh, plenty job security around here. Business is piling up. Little graveyard humor there. Again. Oh, Igor not hear rumors. Igor not no stranger in town. Igor not no doctor make strange things in lab. Igor not no funny man in inn not funny. Igor not know many things. Igor not hear many things. Bad building. No go there. Bad, bad, bad.
Okay, though I should be able to... No.
You unlock the door using the key the Burgermeister gave you. This place appears to have been an Adventurers Guild Hall at one time. Evidently, there are no more adventurers left in Mordavia. The hall is badly in need of maintenance. There is a set of coat hooks in one corner. You never knew adventurers were expected to be that neat. This is a slightly smaller ewer, what you might call a min-ewer. A large ewer, or maybe it's Mia, lies on the table. It was probably used to splash water on overheated athletes. It has a crack in the bottom and isn't useful for much of anything anymore. There are a number of books on the shelf, including Hero Magazine's Golden Guild Guide to Mordavia, Flora, Fauna, and Folklore. Then there's Talk Fu, a martial arts pronunciation guide.
Talk Fu.
You see an exercise book, Essential Exercise. Build strong legs with the Bigfoot Stair-Stepper. One of the books is a thin pamphlet entitled Famous Castles of All Ages. Right. This one talks about climbing skills for upwardly mobile adventurers. It seems to be targeted at fighters and paladins. Oh, there's one for mages. Creative casting concepts. There are a number of books on the... Which book do you want to read? As you scan through Hero, the Journal of General Job Adjusting, you find quite a bit of information that might be useful here. There are a series of articles about the land of Mordavia. The town originally grew up around Castle Borgov. The Borgovs were the boyars, or local noblemen, assigned the role of guarding the area from invaders. The chapter on fauna describes a number of interesting creatures. The Necrotor is a vicious carnivore with big, sharp teeth. Some of the other monsters sound even more horrific. In the forest lives the Lishi, a creature known for playing practical jokes on travelers and playing riddle games, but which can also be helpful to those it likes.
Lishi.
You learn about the Rusalka, the spirit of a murdered unmarried woman. Such spirits are said to inhabit lakes and rivers. They try to avenge themselves by drowning any man foolish enough to approach them. You could really learn a lot by reading this magazine thoroughly instead of just browsing through it. Isn't it nice that we included a complete copy in your game box? The book turns out to be an advertising brochure. It says, "I, Dr. Cranium, predict that someday one of my descendants will become the subject of a major computer game. The Castle of Dr. Brain from Sierra Online." Jeez, how cheesy can you get?
Cheesy, shameless plugins is a Sierra trope.
This book teaches the ancient Oriental art of talk fool. How to overcome opponents by attacking them with the unpronounceable names of martial arts forms and confusing them with fortune cookie wisdom. You get lost somewhere between karate and kokusuru.
Isn't that what Naruto's favorite technique?
There is an empty picture frame above the bookshelf. Either somebody thought the wall itself was a piece of art, or a thief has been at work here. A finely crafted sword rests within this case, but there doesn't seem to be a door or any way to open the case. A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency."
We're a thief, not need the sword. The sword bit for fun.
Portrait of an adventurer long gone hangs on the wall here. A small plaque at the base reads, "Pyotr, Paladin." The painting shows a proud-looking adventurer standing on an obviously defeated dragon. It might have had more impact if the dragon wasn't just as obviously winking. The plaque says, "Wish you were here in Silmeria, Dunstan."
Silmeria, that's a hint.
This desk holds the adventurer's logbook, a quill pen, and an inkwell.
Another tradition. One that we didn't find in 3.
You read in the adventurer's log about some of the exploits of past adventurers in Mordavia. Prominent among them is the story of Pyotr and the Dark One's cult. Near the end of the book, Pyotr tells how he led the armies against the Chernovi cult outside the Dark One's cave. The fighters were trained soldiers, but the cult members fought like madmen. Suddenly the cult members changed their forms and became grotesque monsters. Many of the soldiers panicked and ran. The battle was nearly lost. Then Pyotr heard the voice of Erana. "By all my will, I banish you too." The voice was cut off. The cult members screamed and ran. Pyotr entered the cave and searched for some sign of life. All he could find were the grotesque remains of cult members. The only sign of Erana was her magical staff lying on the ground. Pyotr picked it up and left the cave, knowing that Erana was beyond his help. Pyotr then tells how he brought the staff back to town and placed it in the town square. A garden of flowers instantly sprang up around it. Near the end of the book, Pyotr tells that he was going to seek out the rituals of the Dark One and destroy them. There are no later entries.
Okay. The Paladin, if you play this game as a Paladin, there are several side quests connected to this. Next to Pyotr.
You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now. This is a long, sturdy-looking rope with a grapnel hook attached to one end.
Ooh, that's always useful.
You pick up the rope and grapnel set and tie it onto your pack. A large ring is securely attached to the ceiling. Someone has deliberately scraped these marks into the ceiling.
Interesting.
Some round metal weights lie neatly stacked on the floor. I better hope Dr. Cranium doesn't see them. He'd probably invent the cannon and upset the balance of power.
Dr. Cranium, Dr. Brain. Yeah, that's a rip.
It's a rare example of the deadly Mordavian moose, distinguishable by its long, fang-like canines. Someone has strung garlic around its neck, probably in hopes that it will stay on the wall. This is either some sort of diabolical device or an exercise machine. Come to think of it, exercise machines are diabolical devices.
Yep.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now.
Oof. So, yeah. What I need to do here more?
This desk There is a set of coat hooks in one corner. Second one. By moving the hooks around, you have opened a secret passage. You climb down the ladder into a seedy-looking room. A massive door blocks off a smaller room in the rear. This isn't as dusty as the Adventurers Guild, and the torches look recently lit. Your eye is drawn to the Thieves Guild recruiting poster on the back wall. It gives you fond memories of your home guild. This seedy place must be the Thieves Guild Hall. Actually, it compares favorably to the one in Spielberg, but it's become dusty and neglected. There doesn't seem to have been anyone in here for quite some time. The well-worn oak desk looks as though it could conceal 1,000 secrets. Most of the drawers appear to be fakes. The one real drawer is locked. A single tapped barrel rests against the back wall. This is a Thieves Guild recruiting poster, featuring a sophisticated worldly master thief. In an early excess of 3D poster art techniques, The artist has arranged the poster so that the thief is holding an actual plastic card. A legend at the bottom says, "Don't thieve home without it." The painting is undoubtedly a forgery. Not that you know anything about art forgery, but you're quite sure that it would have been stolen a long time ago if it was actually worth anything.
Yeah.
The painting is undoubtedly a forgery. This seedy place
Malaysia, this card shows that you are a member in good standing on International Thieves Guild unions. In this case, you're in especially good standing because you even stole a card. Good joke, good joke, good joke, good joke.
You examine the metal grate on the floor. It might be a drainage grate, but it's strange that there should be two of them right next to each other. This is a drainage grate. Strange that there should be two of them almost next to each other. Some barrels have been stacked up in the corner, probably leftovers from Wild Guild parties. Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. On close examination, you find some scratches that might be thief marks behind the side drain. Rummaging around under the floor drain, you find a round knob with a point on one side, which you pick up. Thieves have had to clean up after themselves since a few unfortunate accidents with maintenance personnel. The double doors are, of course, locked. This is a thieves' guild, after all. The double doors are locked shut. The lock itself looks sophisticated, but the door has a simple sliding latch. If you had the right tool, you think you could easily slip the latch. You slip the guild membership card between the doors and unlatch the lock. Your guild card. Don't leave home without it. There are a number of fascinating books about thief techniques on the bookshelves. Of special interest is the one on disarming traps. It says that with a new Mark II thieves' toolkits and a bit of skill in picking locks, you can locate and disarm almost any mechanical trap. In the section on surviving magical traps, the book suggests taking up religion. There is also a book on thief marks that tells you all about this secret language of thieves. You learn a number of new symbols and combinations. There are a number of in the section. There is also... This looks like an interesting safe. Another fine product of the Filch Safe Company. But you can't for the life of you figure out how anyone can open a safe with no knob.
We already have the knob. Interesting.
This looks like... You don't see any way to open the safe. It looks as if the knob is missing.
Okay.
Now that you've replaced the safe knob, the Filch safe looks ripe for the cracking. You know, kind of like a walnut. To open the safe, you will need to spell out the combination with alternating right and left turns. Nothing happens. Nothing. This would... To open the safe.
Okay. Okay. Think I get it?
You quickly rifle the opened safe. Unfortunately, it looks as though legions of Thieves' Guild initiates have been here before you, as all the money is gone. You do find 5 throwing daggers placed here for, well, safekeeping. The only other usable thing in the safe is a single lockpick, half buried in dust in one corner. You grab the lockpick and the daggers.
Look at barrel, look at book. Oh, I'll say book, but... Okay, good. Afternoon.
A single tapped barrel. There does seem to be something under this barrel, but you've got no clue of what to do with it. The well-worn oak desk. You've found a particularly diabolical poison gas trap. Fortunately, it's just like one of those described in the book on traps, so you are able to disarm it. Ah, that did it. The lock springs open with a satisfying snick. Inside the desk you find a complete and hardly used Mark II Thieves' Toolkit. It has all the latest facilities for opening the toughest locks, cracking safes, and disarming mechanical traps. There is one lockpick missing from the set, so you add yours to it. You also find a fancy match set of 3 throwing daggers, which you add to your collection. Finally, you find some sort of diary or logbook in the desk. The title of the book reads, Memoirs of a Master Manipulator. Modest, eh? You take it out and set it on the desk, but it's a little heavy to carry around with you.
Okay, we got several things. Toolkit.
You leaf through the chief thief's logbook. An interesting entry speaks of a proposed night raid on the castle. The guild members would use the secret passage to avoid notice. You wonder which secret passage that might be. A later entry in different handwriting indicates how far the guild had declined recently. It seems to be just a bunch of doodling and some nonsense words. It says, Bad boys yell, good girls giggle, rich girls run. Not quite on the same standard as a nighttime castle raid. One of the final entries says, Fred and Frank caught out at night without hooks. Fred is dead and Frank sank. I'm the last. An ambitious thief will try to prosper by hook and by crook. The log closes with some incoherent ramblings about passing the deadly tentacled beast, then the horror, shadows of darkness enfold me.
Hi,
Madness and mockery in the dark one's chamber. Sounds as though the author was in a chemically modified state.
Yeah, he said it. Shadows of Darkness.
You leaf through the... and it said one of the log...
Okay, what do I need to do here?
A single tap. You depress the barrel tap, but nothing comes out. Instead, the barrel slides across the wall to reveal some sort of mechanism. This is a door unlocking mechanism. To operate it, push each of the tiles until all 9 tiles have been set to the correct pattern to open the door.
Bad boys, yeah, bad. Green, red, blue, yellow. Bad boys yell. Oh, yeah. Good girls gig. Good. No, good. We go with the green. And then GRG, red, rowdy, something, rowdy or red, green, red. What the?
So, you found my secret passageway. You must excuse me, I'm not quite myself anymore. Oh, don't worry, I won't hurt you. It is good to talk to someone again. It has been so very long since anyone has been here. Ah, but I'm forgetting my manners. Welcome to Mordavia. I am the chief thief here. I'm also the only thief here other than you, but that is beside the point.
He looks like a cross between an enormous beetle and an older version of your old buddy Ugart.
Ugart. Okay, yeah, Ugart is based... How many? This is like the 3rd Sierra game, which makes a parody of that actor. Actually, that's based on an actor from the 40s, from the 20s? 20s or 40s? Between the 40s. Peter something. Yeah, Quest for Glory 2 made a parody of him too. Ugarte, the character was based on him. Then there was a character also in Dagger of Amon-Ra, was also based on him.
Pleased to meet you. It's so good to have someone of my own kind to talk to again. Interesting. You have had a good deal of experience. If you study up on trap disarming and thief signs, you will have almost every skill you need to become a master thief. Perhaps even a chief thief like myself.
Feeling like an idiot, as you generally do when making the sign, you go through the motions of performing the thief sign to the monster.
Well, of course you're a thief, or you wouldn't be here, idiot! Tuck that elbow in tighter on the belly rub next time. My name? Oh, you can call me Chief. No point in being informal here, just because no one else is around.
Chief.
There is a little-known secret way into the castle that I will someday reveal to you when I think you are ready. This was once a thriving training ground for new thieves. They would come from miles around to learn the trade here. If only we were not completely cut off from the rest of the world, this would be the greatest thieves' guild in the whole world! After I became such as I am, many of the members left. One thief said that I was no longer fit to be chief. After I showed him how fast I could throw daggers with these feet, he didn't say much. Never said anything again, as a matter of fact. The ones that left said they felt uncomfortable around me. Fools! Do they think this is some sort of brotherhood of man? This is a brotherhood of thieves! They should be uncomfortable around me. Soon it was just me and two others. They decided to explore the castle after the new owner moved in and never returned. So now, there's only me and you. You mean this passage behind me? It leads out of town under the bridge near the gate. You can use it to get out of town, but you cannot get back in. The door can't be opened from the outside. You'll have to be very careful with traps. Always check for them first. Take your time disarming them. One mistake can be your last. We are not exactly set up right now to fence stolen items. There are several places around the town where you might be able to find a bit of loose cash, though. I will tell you what. You go out and steal something from someone in town and come back and tell me about it. If it sounds like you know your basic thief skills, I will let you know where the really good places are. This was once a very prosperous town before the swamp cut off the only passages in or out of here. That is a very dangerous place. Do not even think of trying to break into it through the door. The last thief who tried that did not even get the door open. We found his toolkit lying beside the door, but we never found him. You will need to be careful around him. He takes his job most seriously. I once offered him a bribe, just as an offer of goodwill, and the man practically bit my head off. Shee, what a sore head. A strange man, a very strange man. No thief ever managed to break into his house unnoticed or steal anything from there. If you ever plan to stay at the inn or even just eat there, I would not recommend stealing from that place. The people there are suspicious of strangers anyway and would know who to blame. Do you mean Nikolai? Yes, his would be an easy house from which to gain money. Be wary, though. The Burgomeister's bedroom is beside the house, and Dmitri watches out and listens for the old man. That shop is very securely locked up at night. The only way to get into it would be to very literally break in the window, and that would attract unwanted attention. Do not try it unless you want to get caught. Do you like it? I'm afraid it is not very becoming. And to think I once despised cockroaches. It would be too dangerous for you to help me. If I, a master thief and chief of a major guild, dare not go back to the monastery, you would be wise not to even think of such a thing. Do you think it's fun to have 6 legs and no matching socks? Do you think I enjoy running around frantically and stopping suddenly for no apparent reason? Do you think it's fun to look in the mirror and wish you had a giant fly swatter so you could commit suicide? Is that your idea of fun? You idiot! You! Forgive me, I'm just not myself lately. I made a terrible mistake and broke into the monastery one night. It had been abandoned for years, and I thought maybe something had been left behind there. I discovered a secret passage to the basement. That place gave me the creeps. I felt like something was watching me all the time. When I got to the basement, I discovered a small statue I could easily take. When I tried to pick it up, I felt very, very dizzy. When I awoke from my faint, I looked like this. You can imagine the horror.
We were forced to come here. By who? Lord Farquaad.
Hey, hello! Welcome Raiders! Yeah, welcome Raiders, how you doing? Let's give you an SO, a shout out to Hurt to Hunter. Thanks for the raid, mate. Okay, David Raider. Yes, we are playing here. We are playing Quest for Glory 4: Shadows of Darkness. Yes, I'm talking to a cockroach with the head of a man. Fantastic! I started today. I started a while back. I'm writing in the first day. How you doing, mate? What were you playing? Very Kafkaesque. Very Kafkaesque. It's based on an actor from the 20s, but I don't know which for the 40s. But Peter something. I don't remember his name. Wait, what were you playing? Okay,
You are a very brave and honorable man to offer such a thing. Are you certain you are in the right profession? Do you want to be a thief or some kind of a hero? The two roles are usually mutually exclusive, you know.
Up alright. Okay, so yeah, we just talked to this guy, break everything in here. Oh, Metaman X! Great. I mean, I remember playing, I think I only played the first level. Play the demo. I had the demo, and I played the demo a lot of times. But I only played the first level of the demo. And that was it, I didn't play it a lot. Yeah, I need to set up that bot, honestly. But honestly, I've been busy. I need to set up that bot, but since I'm going to reducing my streaming hours, I don't know if I'm good. Okay, so yeah. So, save. We're saving here. We found Master Thief, so I don't know what to do now. Okay. Yeah, let's explore the rest of town. We can still explore the rest of the town. Intelligence, communication, okay. Pick locks. So these are the stats, which If we have to train the stats, but not yet. We are still... Okay, we're still a half through it, so we can explore the rest of the town. I'm just starting the game. Hope you like. This is a mixture. If you've never played Quest for Glory, it's a graphic adventure. It's a graphic adventure with RPG elements. You choose a class between 3, although there is a 4th class. You can also be an upgraded to a fighter, magic wizard, or a thief. You can also upgrade to a paladin in the second and third games of the series. This is the 4th game of the series. And this is the town of Mordavia. We're exploring the town. Let's just start the game. We're still exploring the town.
You don't notice anything special there? You don't... The old man walks with a slumped back and a sad, dejected look in his eyes.
Okay.
He seems to be searching for something that he hasn't been able to find.
See if you can identify whose voice did it, the narrators. It's a famous actor from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
You greet the old man.
Good day. Have you seen my honor? I am Nikolai. Have you seen my honor? I am looking for honor. Have you seen honor? Honor. Have you seen my honor?
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It has a very sad story. You can give him a happy ending.
The rope is attached to a series of bells hanging under the overhang. Or was that over the underhang? Or maybe around the... No, never mind. It looks like a gigantic stone nose. Who knows what it really means? The sign reads, Dr. Cranium. No. You wonder what sort of medicine he practices.
No, not Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart did voice game. I have a game in physical. I have a physical edition of a game. He was the narrator as well, one of the characters. The first Lands of Lore. Nope. I'm gonna give you a hint. The first series of movies, he became famous from the 80s and early 90s. But his most oldest, he did a lot of roles. Its oldest famous is from a trilogy. It's a very famous fantasy trilogy. That was probably his most latest famous role.
Okay, let's get this straight.
No.
If the windows are
almost,
and there's a nose
Ian
and
McKellen?
a moustache above the door,
Nobody worked
then
with
the door
him.
must be a mouth. Dope.
Let's just
A
say...
set of brightly coloured pull ropes hangs down in front of the door. Or maybe they're just stray moustache hairs.
Okay, another hint. He's a tall actor, tall and strong actor, but because his role was from a smaller person, he had to perform most of the movie on his knees, which was then edited in post-production to look like a smaller person. But he's actually very tall. Should I go here? I think I should go here. Okay. Yep. Yes, John Rhys Davies, Gimli. Also, Indiana Jones' best buddy in the first and third movie.
You are in a totally weird place. This hallway gives you a strange feeling of Vujadé, the sense that you've never been anywhere like here before, but maybe will someday. This strange device is labeled Transcendental Receiving Animal Processor. I wonder if that stands for something. Be careful, it might be a trap. It's a truly impressive, original, multimedia work created out of whitewash and sawdust. The sign says, "This is the Key Maze." There's a sign on the door. It says, "Warning, do not open without appropriate precautions." You hear something bouncing around behind the door. A lot of somethings. How interesting. It sounded as though someone knocked on the other side of the door as well, several times.
Well, found it.
Oh no, you've been Antwerped.
Antwerp.
Fortunately, these are just baby Antwerps, so the attack wasn't fatal.
Yeah, baby, and Antwerps is like a bouncing blob from the first game. Like, this game actually takes a lot of elements from the first game. Welcome to Transcendental Animal Processor. You can analyze the creature you wish to capture, then apply the proper bait. If the animal is in its immediate vicinity, the trap will catch it for you. If the animal is not in the area, you'll just have to catch it yourself, but at least you'll know what to feed it. I try to identify an animal. Yes. Does it move? Yes, it moves. Does it have legs? No. Does it bounce? Yes. Is it alive? Yes. It's a snake that swallows a rubber ball? No. Oh, then you must want a kangaroo? No. Oh, no, I know. It's a frog Riruji from a French restaurant. No. I surely can't be trying to catch a baby Antwerp. Yes. Gotta be kidding. No. Don't say I didn't warn you. But if you really must catch one, baby Antwerps love avocado. Avocado? I don't have avocado. Oh yeah, I do have avocado. I got an avocado. I got avocado sandwich.
You bait the trap with avocado from your sandwich. Avocado was never high on your list of favorite foods anyway.
Actually, I've eaten.
Trap starts working.
I actually eaten yesterday. I eaten an avocado salmon sandwich yesterday. Believe it or not.
You've caught an Antwerp. It's simply amazing.
I need to buy one more. Okay, what I need to do here? Okay, just for curiosity. Yes. Does it have more than 3 legs? Yes. Does it have more than 4 legs then? Yes. This is getting tricky. Does the animal have more than 5 legs? Yes. Does it have exactly 6 legs? Yes. Does it look like a cross between an octopus and a squid, only with fewer tentacles? Yes. Well, most hexapods mostly eat ear. Sound like a good idea to you? No. I was wondering, well, in a pinch a clove of garlic will do. Yeah, you need to encounter hexapods.
The Antwerp has a soft, delicate fur over a basically rubbery base.
I need to do. I need to. Okay, everybody. One thing. I need to make a pause here. I have to make a pause while. Oh, let's see if we can see the intro again. If it makes that intro or not, because the CD-ROM version is beautiful. This is the intro. I was telling Florian. I must have clicked something because the first time I run the game, no, the second time I run the game, at the beginning of the stream, it skipped this intro. This is exclusive for the CD-ROM version, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Go here.
You don't hear anything behind this door.
Sorry, gotta put the text.
There is no response to your knock.
It's a puzzle. I remember.
This is the Antwerp maze. Antwerps are naturally bouncy, so all you have to do is continually rotate the maze until the baby Antwerp bounces over to the key, then out through the exit.
Yep. You have to rotate it at the right moment. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a bit harder.
Congratulations. You've used the baby Antwerp to get Dr. Cranium's laboratory key from the maze. You add the key to your keyring. The sign on the door says, Dr. Cranium's private laboratory. Entrance by prior appointment or demonstration of superior intelligence only. You hear mysterious bubbling and sizzling noises. Every once in a while you think you hear someone muttering to himself. You faintly hear a voice saying, "Don't knock! Come on in!" from beyond the door.
Ooh, a sliding puzzle. Got. Oh no, it's not a sliding puzzle. Oh. I thought it was a sliding puzzle.
Great! You've managed to find Dr. Cranium's keyhole and open the door. You pass through into Dr. Cranium's private laboratory.
A mad scientist.
Quickly, Igor, the fluid. I must have the fluid. Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Igor coming in to assist me. He helps out in the lab sometimes. Now then, what can I do for you?
You are in an incredibly cluttered laboratory. Flasks, vials, jars, and tubing cover every surface. Experiments are in progress everywhere.
What time is it? Okay, still a bit early. We can still...
Some sort of complicated scientific experiment is going on here. Could it be the quest for the perfect cup of tea?
The quest.
Dr. Cranium has an orderly personality, so he likes to arrange things in tables. Dr. Cranium looks considerably more like a demented wizard or mad scientist than a real scientist. Despite his white hair, you suspect that he's no more than middle-aged. He also seems to have developed a significant paunch. Root beer belly, no doubt.
And that was the beer belly. Dr. Cranium's reference books include Science Made Silly.
A contraption looking nothing quite so much as a giant ray gun points towards the operating table. Now wait just a second. There's no such thing as a ray gun in Mordavia, is there? It looks for all the world like a medieval moonshine still. But Dr. Cranium is far too intelligent to drink alcohol, so he must be developing a new fuel or something. You say hello to the scientist.
Welcome to my laboratory. You must have more than the usual intelligence and perseverance to have made it in here.
You introduce yourself to Dr. Cranium and tell him a little about your adventures.
I should be most interested to hear about your travels and your scientific discoveries along the way. Unfortunately, I have very little time for that right now. Perhaps we can discuss your adventures when you next return. My name is Dr. Cranium. I am Mordavia's chief scientist and a certified genius. Some call me mad, but I much prefer Dr. Cranium. Ah, yes, science. I'm glad you asked. Science is the process of systematically increasing our knowledge of the world through observation and experiment. Unfortunately, some of the townspeople here seem to have no concept of the wonders of science. Some of them even claim my little inventions are magical. Such poppycock! There's no such thing as magic. Still, the townspeople insisted that I should be able to use my magic to cure wounds and sickness. I told them that I am a scientist, not a doctor, but they wouldn't listen. I had little choice but to concoct some simple elixirs. They were childishly pleased. Science is really so simple once you understand it. If you want to improve your stamina, then you should make sure you eat a healthy diet from all the different food groups and get plenty of aerobic exercise. That is science. Oh, you must mean my patented healing drink. You may have my last one. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the formula for its main ingredient. If you can help me remember it, I will be able to make some more healing drinks, although the work is very time-consuming.
Oh, the copy protection. Okay. I should have the copy protection here. Extras. Combat reference. In the book. Visual stretching. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one here. Where's the... Okay, never mind this one. Copy protection, copy protection. You have to excuse me for a moment. Where can I get the... Game manual. Okay. Wait a minute while I go and search for it. Okay, I'm looking at one of the game manuals, but I don't know. Okay, this one isn't. So yeah, the game manual. Okay. Okay, let me go look at the game manual. View manual. Okay. I'm using the copy from Oh, nice! It's every page. Gargoyle, Noxium, Pentacle, Mexicalish. Okay, we got here fire. First is fire, earth, pizza, fire and pizza.
Thank you! With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions. If you want... Oh, you must mean my new universal poison antidote. You may have this one, but I will need some help with the formula to make more. Also, I am afraid I only have time to make one each day.
Gargoyle. Hint line, there is one called hint line. Gargoyle. So pizza, water, earth. So pizza, water. I really love the little animations they have here.
Thank you! With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions.
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course! I'm always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may have this one.
Yeah, you almost forgot to have a flask for to capture something, a live animal. And also, another hint: if you after capturing, if you don't deliver it or don't use it to solve a puzzle, immediately it will die, and you only capture one. So that's like a dead end already, soft locked, I think.
Experiments are the meat and drink of science. First, you must come up with a hypothesis based on your understanding of the scientific elements. Then perform an experiment to test the hypothesis. Afterwards, you have a pizza. Earth is for solidity and stability. Air gives freedom and movement. Fire provides power and energy. Water, fluidity and life. Pizza, of course, is the most important element of all. Pizza represents the essence of well-roundedness and regaining strength. Most importantly, you can have it delivered in under half an hour in most areas.
For those who have played, the VGA remake, Quest for Glory 2, you have to fight for elementals, each for each elemental: fire, water, fire, air, and earth. And in the VGA remake, they introduced there is a secret boss, which is the Pizza elemental, which is the hardest boss, which I could never defeat.
A hypothesis is a scientific guess. One predicts the result of an operation, performs an experiment to test the prediction, then has a pizza to celebrate the result. It is very important to stay flexible, however. Sometimes the experiment may give a different result than predicted by the hypothesis. Since real scientists don't like to make mistakes, we always write the hypothesis in pencil. Pizza is a crucial ingredient in many scientific formulae. There is a nearly infinite variation in its effects, depending on whether one starts with pepperoni, mushrooms, artichokes, or plain cheese. One should always order extra pizza in case the experiment requires additional materials. Besides, science is hungry work. Igor is the gravedigger and tombstone carver. Business has been slow lately, perhaps because there are very few people left in town, so Igor sometimes comes in to help me with my work. Igor has had less work of late. The forest is just as dangerous, but there aren't very many people left in town who are stupid enough to go out there at night, you know. I like to think of it as a sort of evolution in action. Igor is carving out quite a niche for himself in the gravestone business. You might say he is well on his way to becoming a rock star. Then again, you might not. The cemetery is outside of town to the east. It has proven a fruitful source of materials for my experiments. There are also some interesting and cryptic puzzles to be solved there.
Int.
Essential etheric fluid is an important ingredient in my formula for reanimating dead bodies. It contains the essence of the element of water, the most important ingredient in life science. This laboratory is where I perform some of my most important research. Lately, I have been trying to bring life back to a dead body and to brew the perfect cup of tea.
Ah, perfect. He was saying he was doing that.
Reanimating the dead is just another day's work in the life of a scientist. Even science cannot bring a person back quite the way they were, but one can use scientific principles to restore the semblance of life and energy to formerly dead flesh.
Isn't that how you do zombies?
The one alchemical combination that I have thus far been unable to fully analyze is that of a good cup of tea. I'm sure there must be a way to duplicate the effects of nature, but the results have not been promising so far. Perhaps you would like a cup of spearmint and beefsteak tea? I thought not. This is even harder than rehydration solution and reviving dead tissue. Research is the heart and soul of science. Without constant experimentation to prove or disprove one's hypotheses, the scientist is left trying to solve the world's problems by guesswork. That is hardly the most efficient way to achieve results. I try to maintain a modest selection of useful experimental equipment in my simple laboratory. Unfortunately, it has become very difficult to obtain the most modern scientific accessories since the road out of the valley became closed by the swamp. This laboratory... Mad? Mad? They all call me mad, but what do they know of madness? I am not mad. A bit perturbed about the world situation and how I get so little respect, perhaps, but certainly not mad.
Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a poison cure potion, a healing potion. Okay, good. Avocado. Okay, one thing. Avocado, the fruit. The avocado fruit is not a tropical fruit, and Mordavia is more like it's like Eastern Europe, which doesn't grow tropical fruits. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then again, it's a fantasy game. Fantasy doesn't have any rules. Empty flask. Okay. Am I forgetting something in here? Okay.
You explain to Dr. Cranium that magic is really a lot like science, and even deals with the same elements.
Oh, nonsense! There's no such thing as magic. There is only science. What you call magic is simply scientific phenomena that have not yet been properly investigated and catalogued.
All right.
You say goodbye to Dr. Cranium.
Please be careful not to break the beakers or crack the flasks on your way out.
Okay.
Come back and visit again. Oh, and if you see Igor, please tell him I still need the fluid.
Okay, so yeah. It was great. Yeah, you raise intelligence by doing puzzles. By solving puzzles. But I'm a team, so that doesn't matter. We still have... Let's go look around. I could go to the monastery, but I don't want to go to the monastery yet.
You can't make out what's behind the window from here. The ancient oak has donned its fall cloak, anticipating the winter chill soon to come. This doorway leads to a private residence. You don't notice anything special there? This low wall appears to be more decorative than functional.
Let's save.
You do not have any magical ability.
I don't know, I clicked there, but okay. Okay. We are gonna do a job tonight. Thief job, that is. We're gonna rob that old man. That sounds bad. Later on we're gonna help him too, but... Meanwhile, we can go to the Adventurers Guild and practice some climbing until night. Or we could rest a bit.
After some rest, you feel better.
Yeah, but last time, what time is it?
The headstone carver stares at you.
We could come here. We could also come...
that was fun. Now you feel like climbing something even higher, like Mount Tana.
Basically, what you do here is you have to repeat tasks in order to raise your stats. Why? It's a good practice. Personally, it's called
Well, that was fun. Now you feel like...
But you increases a lot, the climbing. This is good. This is very good. I'm not gonna climb a lot because I want to do a job tonight. So...
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay. It's almost... getting darker. So it's sunset, so we have to go here. No, sorry, here.
You hear movement on the other side of the door. After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door.
Sorry.
The inhabitants of the inn eye you suspiciously. You get the feeling that you're not particularly welcome here. They all stare at you for a moment, then go back to talking amongst themselves.
Let's go grab a bite to eat.
You have some garlic pheasant for supper. It's an anti-gravity machine. Well, maybe not exactly, but it does keep food and drinks from falling to the floor.
I prefer call at the table. No, you idiot! Where are you going?
You pick at your plate in search of any leftover garlic.
Okay, I'm doing something wrong.
They nod at you in response. It doesn't say much. It doesn't... You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Okay. Okay, let's... This is the part where we have to steal we have to go and steal the old man at night. So first of all, we need to do is sneak.
The townspeople have a poor opinion of people whom they see climbing out of windows and over roofs.
What? It's not... Okay. We have to wait a bit.
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay, now it's night. It's nighttime.
You carefully open the window and enter the darkened upstairs bedroom. It's a wardrobe for storing clothing and such. Sort of a portable closet.
Okay, let's put the... crap, I don't have any oil. I'm gonna have to wait until next day. Forgot to buy oil. It's night. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that job tonight. Basically, we're just gonna have to sleep.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Ah, so you are back.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic. It's the tray that the innkeeper's wife served your food on. You pick at your plate in search of any leftover garlic.
This inn used to do a steady business before this swamp prevented traders and tourists from coming. Now we mostly make our money off of food and drink. The castle was once that of the boyar. Now we do not know who lives there. Besides the ones that come in here in the evening, there are quite a few others. You probably have met this shopkeeper, the gravedigger, and the burgomeister. And then there's Nikolai, and that crazy Dr. Cranium. The shopkeeper knows everything that goes on in town. She also makes a delicious avocado and garlic sandwich, which she sells as rations. The burgomeister keeps to himself.
Hey, hello, Lucho.
Office.
How are you?
The gravedigger is a strange one, though he is a good carver of tombstones and digger of graves. He is a harmless old man.
Yeah, I got
who wanders
raided.
around looking for his dead wife.
I got raided like an hour ago.
Old, all alone. Dr. Cranium came to Mordavia several years before the swamp closed off the pass. No one knows much about him, but no one trusts him. It is rumored that he conducts strange experiments. The shopkeeper knows everything that goes... The burgomeister... The gravedigger is a stray. Besides the ones that... I know little of the forest, for I seldom leave my inn. You should speak with the burgomeister. Perhaps he can tell you more about it. I am well, as always. I do not gossip.
The innkeeper nods at you.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
Dude, it's been only 1 day.
What is it you want?
To tell the Burgermeister about your adventures in Shapir.
So, you are the son of a sultan. Your stories are better than 1001 Nights.
He really is. He really is the story of the son of a sultan. Adopted son. And he kind of looks like the first model for the Prince of Persia character. The first model.
This town was quiet until you arrived. I am keeping my eye on you. Castle Borgov is north of the town. The last of the Borgov family left this valley years ago. Now it is inhabited by some cousin. The people of the castle do not bother this town. I suggest strongly that you do not bother the people of the castle. It used to be that the only monsters around here were the occasional wyverns. Now there are many dangerous things in the valley. It is safe only within the town gates. Dr. Cranium is an idiot and a madman. If you are wise, you will stay away from him. Nikolai is an old man and easily confused. His wife has been missing for years now. He cannot face the fact that she is gone. Try not to make a nuisance of yourself.
Okay, how many sandwiches do I have? I have 8, so let's buy 2 more and buy the oil. Then I'll come back and buy everything else. After doing the first job, of course.
It's you again. It's been a quiet day so far. Made it back, did you? So what can I do for you this time?
To tell Olga some of the things you did before coming here.
Oh my, you certainly have been to some outlandish places. So, must be nice for you to be back in real civilization again, huh?
Between you and Johanny,
This used to be such a nice place to live. Things can only get worse, as my Boris used to say. With the swamp cutting us off and keeping visitors away, business is poor. With so many monsters running around at night, won't surprise me if we wake up one morning and find we're all dead here. Things haven't been too busy lately. I have plenty of time to get caught up with my knitting. My sad departed husband, his name was Boris. Gone 3 years now. He was such a good man. What would you like to know about? Dr. Cranium is a very strange man. No one knows what goes on in the back room of his house, except maybe Igor, and he won't talk about it. Someday, the mad doctor will blow us all up with one of those experiments of his. You mark my words. You see, there used to be a very active adventurers guild here in town, but it's been empty and locked up since I can remember. Our burgomaster is named Dmitri. He is responsible for keeping order in the town, and he is very serious. But there was some scandal about his grandmother, but it was hushed up. He's a strange one, isn't he? Digging graves and carving tombstones during the day, helping that crazy Dr. Cranium at night. You know he's not up to any good. Decent folk have nothing to do with him.
It's harmless. Igor is great.
do have some lovely sandwiches you can use for an ant if you like.
Okay, let's buy. Let's buy the oil and oil and okay. We're not getting any more until we need to buy each of one.
I expect you plan on going adventuring some more. Well, I suppose the gravedigger has some room left at the cemetery?
Hey, goodbye, old lady.
As my lost husband used to say, may all your travels lead somewhere.
Then we help him find his wife, in a way.
You faintly hear a voice saying, "Don't knock! Come on in!" from beyond the door.
Ah, you're just in time to witness a magnificent scientific experiment. I have managed to harness the very primal force of lightning at my beck and call. Now I shall use it to create life itself. Watch this. That was not quite the experimental result I expected. But never mind that. It is merely a momentary setback in the annals of science. I shall readjust the magnetic electrical stimulation system and try again another day.
You didn't feel that?
You say hello to the scientist.
It is good to see you again. I trust the Antwerps gave you no trouble? Oh, I have been better. The failure of my MESS was a shocking experience, I can tell you.
Math. M-E-S-S. Math.
Understanding and harnessing the power of nature is just one aspect of science. If you want to improve your here you are, one freshly brewed healing drink. Sip it if you get hurt, and its beneficial vitamins and other ingredients will help your body to recover quickly. Here you are, one freshly brewed universal poison antidote. Oh, this is a sad, ignorant land where everyone seems to think more of magic than of science. Still, it is a good place for a scientist to work. There are many fascinating monsters to study, and I can get all the dead bodies I need. Antwerps are a truly fascinating species. They reproduce by splitting into a number of tiny Antwerps, each with their own genetic code. They cannot split voluntarily, however. They only reproduce when cut or stabbed. My test Antwerps came from Spielberg Valley, where there was an Antwerp population explosion last spring.
That may be our fault in the first game.
I have come to the conclusion that lightning is electrical in nature, which would put it in the realm of fire. Fortunately, there have been an increasing number of storms here lately, so I have been able to harness some of the lightning and store it for experimental use. I am convinced that the primal force of life is electrical in nature. Of course, it must also involve water for life, and pizza, without which life would be boring.
True, it's true. Life without peace would be very, very boring.
My neighbor Nikolai is not actually as old as he now appears. He has been very unhappy since his wife's disappearance some 15 years ago. I can understand his disappointment. She never brought me back the berries I needed for an experiment.
Dude, that was kind of artless thing to say. But thanks for the potions, though.
You start to tell Dr. Cranium about yourself and your adventures, but he quickly interrupts.
But there is nothing so adventurous as pursuing a career in science. Did you know, for instance, that simple scientific principles can be applied to the creation of potions for healing and curing poison?
You tell Dr. Cranium about your first adventures in the Spielberg Valley. He seems vaguely interested in your tales of the Baron and his children, but his eyes positively light up when you mention the Antwerp.
Ah, so you are the Spielberg hero. I went there on an Antwerp gathering expedition a few months ago. The people there are still talking about your adventures.
You continue by telling Dr. Cranium of your encounters with the eccentric wizard Erasmus, the deadly kobold magic user, and the ogress Baba Yaga.
Turned her into a frog? Oh, such poppycock. There is a perfectly straightforward scientific explanation for all of those events. There is no such thing as magic.
I love when there are characters who don't believe in characters in fantasy settings. They don't believe in magic. There is a character, Dr. 13, if I'm not mistaken, from DC, who is basically not a superhero. He's basically an adventurer with magic resistance because he...
Perhaps I should wait a day or two before resuming my Frankie experiment. It is very important that the right person stay in charge here.
I was saying that now we are just going to basically train the climbing. Acrobatics would be nice. I have to go outside. No. Which one of these I should use? Weapon use? I can't use. Let's acrobatics. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, let's train acrobatics. I wonder if I have to go outside, or can I do it in here?
The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work.
Igor, very happy.
Very.
Little graveyard humor there.
Very epic. Good one.
Oh, Igor not hear rumors. Igor not know Olga's husband run off years back. Nobody tell rumors to Igor. Guild there. Burgomeister got key. Cemetery east of town. Major tourist attraction.
This is a great character.
Bad place. No go near. You be very sorry you go near.
Ooh, I could go to the monastery. No, it's too hard. Monastery, right now, monastery is hard. So, okay, I'm gonna stop recording here. And let's see if we can... Sorry. Let me see. Save. Okay. Down to... Okay, let's see if we can...
Why would you want to jump there?
Okay, never mind. Let's go outside. Let's go outside of town. We're not going yet. We could go to the monastery, but I don't want to go to the monastery.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long. Try not to make a nuisance of yourself.
Okay. Yeah, here I can jump.
Why?
Does this look like a face?
You are on an old road. The way...
Nope, this is train acrobatics. Oil, okay, we got oil. We got rations. And now it looks silly. It is silly.
You are so exhausted that everything you do hurts. Better get some rest.
Aye, Dad. Hey, Lucho. Try to guess who's voicing the narrator. It's a very famous actor. This is the third time asking this question. 222, okay.
After some rest, you feel better.
Grinding stats. Fortunately, this game has a lot of stat grinding. I didn't grind a lot in the previous games. In the previous game, in the second, yes, I did.
You are so exhausted.
Well.
After some rest, you feel better.
And always look for the best. And we don't have the magical water that restores stamina immediately, so...
You are so...
$24.
After some rest, you feel better. You are so exhausted. After some rest, you feel better.
Fortunately, I think this is the only way to raise the acrobatics stat, the acrobatics skill.
You are.
There we go.
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay. We could go back inside. And now... Let's go to... Now we have to go and train climbing.
You tell Igor about your adventures since your last visit. Igor listens while he works, but doesn't comment. He looks at you, and then goes back to work.
Now, after we save Igor, he talks a bit more. Okay, let's try climbing.
Well, that was fun. Now you... Well, that was fun. Now you feel...
Actually, this one climb, so I'm going to grind this as far as I go, 300. Let's go to 300. I cannot, the cap is 400.
Well, that was fun. Well, that was fun. Well, that was fun. Well, that was fun.
I wonder if I can do something here.
It wasn't really designed for this, but you find you can do a fine job of repairing your armor and equipment with the Thieves' Toolkit. Maybe you can become a tinker when you tire of thieving. It wasn't...
Nah. Can't raise the picklock skill that easily.
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay, let's go. Maybe I should rest a bit more, but...
You hear movement on the other... After a few minutes... They all turn to stare at you, then go back to talking.
Let's go eat something.
Dinner tonight is garlic stew with vegetables. You pick at your plate in search of any leftover garlic.
These are my favorite characters.
Look, here we are sitting around here minding our own business, Cochise, and here you waltz up and interrupt us.
Yeah, here's $10. Get a real haircut, okay? You don't seem to realize we're very important men around here.
Right. Just because no one else seems to think so doesn't invalidate the point.
Yeah, it's a lot, because you can see it doesn't match the text, because Jim Cummings did these 3 voices and it does a lot of ad-libbing.
You know, our little town's remained unchanged for generations.
Oh yeah, our forefathers have always lived here in peace and quiet.
Except for the time when the cult came here.
Ooh, the cult. Well, they're all a bunch of strangers anyway.
Yeah, very strange. They didn't have much to do with the town, you know?
Yeah, hardly anything. Just building that monastery here and all moving inside, that's all.
But the cult did keep mostly to themselves.
Yeah, he's right. No one had much to do with them. They were a very peaceful, quiet kind of cult.
Yeah, really great people to be around, except for the strange noises and horrible screams that rose from the monastery at night.
That all happened many, many years ago.
Oh yeah, the cult broke up. They've all got kids of their own now.
Yeah, well, what about the Chernovi in the forest, huh?
Come to think of it, no one knows if they're alive or what.
Yeah, for all we know, they might just be wild stories to frighten little children and me.
And what about the Dark Ones?
Put a sock in it, will you? There are some things we must not speak about, Ivan. You know.
Ivan?
Well, excuse me all to pieces.
We don't go for that rumor spreading stuff here, do we, Ivan?
No way, Hans.
Oh, never. Oh, except for that one little cocktail waitress, you know. But we don't gossip about our neighbors in Moldavia, do we, Ivan?
Well, no, but you did used to tell everyone about the time Olga caught Boris drinking with us when he was supposed to be minding the store.
Hey. That wasn't gossip, it was just a semi-funny story.
And Franz, what about the story you tell about the time you saw Yuri and Bella in the garden one night?
What was that?
Hey, Yuri, you're okay, all right?
So you see, we do not spread rumors here. Pardon me while I wax eloquent, but once, many years ago, huge herds of fragrant elephants roamed freely in this particular valley.
Oh yeah, in the good old days, peanut farming would have made you a billionaire.
Once, long ago, I had a successful career, and I was also an elephant herder.
You kidding? Everyone used to have a pet elephant.
Oh yeah, I remember mine. I married her.
Yeah, she was great for vacuuming up peanuts from your rugs.
Not only that, but elephants are very clean and modest as well. They always went bathing with their trunks, don't you know?
Yeah, nice thing about elephants. Very easy to housebreak, you know? They hardly ever made mistakes. Huh, unless they got excited, okay?
Unfortunately, elephants get excited easily. A lot of houses got broken that way. This really brings back sad memories. Please, let's talk about something uplifting like last year's famine.
Last year's famine. Uplifting. Okay. Jim Cummings here was, you could simply go here, just read these lines. Yeah. Hell with this, I'm gonna improvise like all hell.
They all ignore you as usual.
Okay, let's go to the... Okay, we're gonna do the same thing we did the day before.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
We're gonna do the same before. We're gonna try to guide the old man, but now with the oil, we can start and still, unless I skip something else. Okay.
After some rest, you feel better.
Okay.
You carefully open the window and enter the darkened upstairs bedroom. The house is filled with old furniture that was once of high quality but has suffered from time and neglect. The house, it's a wardrobe for storing clothing and such, sort of a portable closet. You carefully oil the hinges on the wardrobe doors to prevent telltale squeaks. In the pocket of one of the pairs of pants in here, you find some money. You add 20 kopecks and 1 crown to your purse. You hear a distinct creak. The place hasn't been very well maintained. You search around in the wardrobe, but the only thing loose and portable is a garlic clove that has come loose from the garlic braid you see in here.
Okay. Well, I need a garlic glove anyway, so...
There's a footlocker next to the bed.
Let's save. Oh no. Okay. Drop 2. Okay.
The chest is locked. That didn't do anything. You slick down your hair with... You slick down... Such a terrible lack of trust around here. The old man has not only locked his chest, but seems to have used a good enough lock that it's beyond your abilities. Or maybe you just need more practice.
God damn it, I thought... how do I train picklocks? I should have come here. I'll come back later. I'll come back another day. But I need to exercise picklocks, but I have no idea how. I need to go to the...
You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
so you are back. This inn used to...
No, it's the same thing.
It's a garlic souffle, Mordavian style. You pick at your plate in search of any leftover garlic. The innkeeper nods at you.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long. What is it you want?
To tell the Burgermeister about your adventures in Shapir.
So...
But I should have enough money to buy everything. Okay, 25 crowns. Okay, should have enough money to buy whatever I want now. So let's go to the store here.
Well now, what news do you have for me? So, you haven't been eaten yet. We'll see how long you last traipsing about everywhere when you should be staying in this nice, safe town.
Tell Olga about what you've been doing in Mordavia.
And be sure and keep me informed. I need to know everything that goes on around here. Someone's got to have a clue after all.
Yeah, she's the town gossip.
Yeah, I said it.
Okay, but I'm here to buy stuff. I got garlic. And brew. And drop it back. Okay. This should be enough for me to...
You take care. Don't want to see your funeral. You hate that walk to the cemetery. As my husband used to say, come back again, sunshine or rain.
You faintly hear a voice saying,
I believe I am on the verge of a major discovery. It came to me last night. I believe that there is a formula which can be used to create a rehydration solution. Such a solution could be used to restore fluidity to any substance or object that has become prematurely dry. But if we can but manufacture Dr. Cranium's rehydration solution in sufficient quantities, we could rehydrate the great Shapirian Desert. Of course, there are a few small bugs to be worked out. It would take most of the water in the world's oceans to make that much solution. Then there is the tiny snag that I have not been able to remember the formula since awakening from the dream.
You say hello to the scientist.
You are always welcome in my laboratory. However, I do wish you would wipe your shoes a little more carefully before entering.
Fair enough.
I spent some time in Spielberg last summer. Everyone there kept talking about some hero who did some sort of noble deeds there. You would think that they could find more excitement in the modern accomplishments of science. There seemed to be quite an infestation of baby Antwerps there for some reason. I took advantage of the opportunity to capture a number of them in very blunt cages for my experiments. The Baron did not even charge me very much for them. Oh, I do seem to be a little careless in keeping track of my scientific formulae. I have them all written down somewhere. I think it was in the margins of one of my books here.
Is it a manual?
Dr. Cranium's rehydration solution should be a shoo-in for the alchemical innovation of the Animal Ward. It contains the prime essence of the element of water in a perfectly condensed form. I have come to the... Fortunately, there have been an increasing number of storms here. The scientist never fails to observe nature. Why, if I had not gone on an observation trip in the forest, I would never have found that garden with all the rare and exotic flora. The forest outside of town is quite a fascinating area. The trees are primarily deciduous with the occasional conifer. A wide variety of fauna inhabits the forest, providing great opportunities for scientific research and occasionally excitement of other kinds. There is a beautiful garden in the forest southeast of town. It contains several varieties of plants and trees that cannot be found anywhere else in this region. I had some fascinating experimental results with the bush I dug up there. Unfortunately, I was not able to keep it alive in captivity. There used to be a bush that grew 7 different types of blossoms in the garden. There is still a tree that provides fruit in a very peculiar cycle. There are also many beautiful flowers and plants growing there. I am convinced that the garden must have been intentionally planted, as it contains specimens that are not native to this region. Whoever planted it clearly did not understand the basic tenets of ecology. Fortunately, few of the spores have spread to the wider forest so far. It is very important to understand. If you want... Here you are, Here you are, one freshly brewed universal poison antidote. Ah, you need my world-famous rehydration solution. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the elemental formula of its main ingredient. Perhaps you can help.
Alka-Zots, I think that is the first one. Chronomil, Bentazine, Alka-Zots. Pizza, fire, water. Pizza, fire, water.
Yes, that sounds just right. By the way, I could use some goo for one of my experiments. It would be most kind if you could bring me some when you return for the rehydration solution.
Okay.
Dr. Cranium, you relate the tale of your journey to Shapir, how you saved 2 cities from the evil vizier Ad-Avis and his elemental minions.
Now you are talking science. The elements are the building blocks of everything in nature. I am sure I have never heard of anyone constructing creatures purely of a single element, but it certainly makes scientific sense. You say this Ad-Avis referred to a dark master here in Mordavia? I am sure I have never heard of such a one here. There are rumors of strange goings-on in the castle, but I do not credit such tales without scientific observation to back them up.
You say goodbye.
Be sure to let me know of any scientific discoveries you should make here in Mordavia. Rehydration may prove to be a crucial step on the way to an even more important discovery, instant water.
I could go and get some goo. And I need to find a way to practice the locks. Okay, let's go to the Adventurers Guild.
The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work. You tell the gravedigger that Dr. Cranium has asked Igor to bring him some fluid.
Doctor asked Igor do strange things like dig up bodies. Igor bury bodies and Doctor make Igor dig them up again. Sometimes Doctor make Igor crazy. Nikolai walks around looking for Anna all the time. Anna missing many years now. Yuri, innkeeper. Bella, keep in. Little town humor there.
It sounds like a puppet.
Dmitri Bitterman. Dmitri's father Bitterman too. Grandfather not Bitterman. Grandfather not marry grandmother. Olga into healthy food. Olga eat plenty fruit and berries. Olga nuts. You are what you eat. Business is dead. Little graveyard humor there. Igor not hear rumors. Igor not know mad monks start monastery. Igor not know bad things get people who try monastery door. Igor wonder if you will verify this rumor.
He looks at you and then goes back to work. There are a number of fascinating books about thief techniques on the bookshelves. Of special interest is the one in the section on survival. There is also
Welcome, welcome. Sometimes I think I will go crazy if I don't have someone to talk to other than the other cockroaches around here. I don't know. It would be a shame to lose you so soon. The best places to steal from are the most dangerous. I do not think you are ready just yet. Actually, I'm getting used to this shape. I can climb walls and ceilings really, really well now. I can run and be stealthy at the same time. Best of all, I never have to go hungry. I never realized how tasty moldy leftover garlic stew can be. A good thief has many skills he can depend on. Thieving is more than just being in perfect physical and mental condition. Thieving is more than just climbing a rope and a grapnel or the side of a building. It is more than attracting hordes of beautiful women with your debonair style. A good thief practices his knowledge and abilities constantly. There are not many thieves' marks left around here. Most have worn away. In a big city where the guild is active, you can find marks all over. Acrobatics is a skill which is much underrated by thieves. A good acrobat can spin his body farther than the best jumper. He can cross a tightrope over the most dangerous chasm. And he can always moonlight as a circus performer in a pinch. There is more to stealth than just sneaking around. You need to know when to hide as well. It also helps to carry oil with you at all times. You never know when you might alert someone as you open a squeaky door. With a little knowledge and the right tools, picking locks is a snap. First, you need the right tools. That Mark II kit you have that looks suspiciously like mine is perfect for the job. Next, you need keen senses and strong nerves, knowing that any mistake you make could be your last. Lastly, you need plenty of practice. Just don't get yourself killed getting it. That would be very embarrassing. First, I'm afraid I'm not in shape anymore to teach you the basics. You will need to have someone else show you the ins and outs of pickpocketing. Besides, this is hardly the right place to learn such a thing. You'll need a city with plenty of rich merchants and tourists to really be a success as a cutpurse. Some place such as Silmaria, perhaps.
Int.
You and I can work together and return this guild to its former glory. New thieves will swarm here to be taught by such master thieves as ourselves. I can teach them well, stealth and hiding, and you can teach them everything else. The Mordavian Thieves Guild will be notorious again. That is, of course, assuming anyone can cross the swamp and avoid sinking into the morass or being dragged to their deaths in order to get here. After I became such as I am, many of the members never said any. The ones that lived soon it was... There is a little-known secret way.
Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. It sounds pretty safe. You set up the thieves' toolkit and try to disarm any traps that may be on the safe. You have successfully disarmed the safe. Using the Mark II toolkit, you quickly manage to get the safe open. Inside you find 6 crowns, a throwing dagger, and a potion labeled Poison Cure. They seem a fitting reward for your efforts, so you take them. Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. It sounds pretty safe. You set up the thieves' toolkit and try to disarm any traps that may be on the safe. You have successfully disarmed the safe. You crack the safe using the Mark II toolkit. You take the healing potion, throwing dagger, and 5 crowns someone was foolish enough to leave inside.
Okay, that was good practice. But I still need to, now I'm going to raise the lock picking. Okay, I can do this continuously with this.
You've already cracked this one. There's not... You've already...
Yeah, I still can continue. I'm gonna try to raise as much as possible. 250 or 300?
You've already...
That's all in the morning.
You've
Yeah, this is the boring part.
You've already cracked this.
No, I'm getting a bit tired. So I'm gonna save here.